Welcome to Brand You,
the ultimate personal branding podcast.
I'm Kaz Grant.
And I'm Toby Lee.
Together, we're here to help demystify personal branding
and to make it accessible and effective for everyone.
Follow along as we guide you through creating your own personal branding journeys.
So, let's get started.
Let's brand you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Brand You podcast. Today we're going to be talking about monetization of your personal brand. Now, monetization, like to me, that instinctively goes to sponsorship, adverts, using, my platforms like social media and that to advertise other businesses and therefore recoup some sort of monetary value back through that. And then my head's going, well, in order to do that and to be attractive to prospective businesses, my platforms need to have a massive following and therefore it's just not worth doing. There might be other people thinking that as well.
Yeah.
And I'm about to be educated that monetization is far broader than that, isn't it? There is so much power that our personal brand can have at whatever size it is as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because so first of all, monetization, we live in a digital world, which we've said before many times. There are so many different ways to make money online.
Yeah.
And yes, you have to have an online presence for some of that in order to advertise what you're doing and everything. And obviously, the larger the audience, the more you're going to get back from that to a certain degree. If you are monetizing it via, I don't know, let me think, selling a book. A book is a certain price, a commission from that book, you're only going to get a certain amount from it, aren't you? If you are selling your coaching services through your personal brand, one coaching client, you could charge £10,000 for. So it doesn't need to be like you've got 500,000 followers, depending on some of the things that you're doing. Yes, millions of followers if you're selling one book and the commission from that one book is your sales, you're going to earn a lot from it. But actually, if you're offering coaching services or something and it's a higher ticket offer, then you don't need as many to get that return on investment back. So there's different elements. There's a lot of different elements to this. And again, I'm not going to tell listeners exactly what to do in order to monetize their presence and their personal brand, because again, there's so many things that they can do out there. And again, what they might start off with might not be their end results either. They could go into lots of stuff as their personal brand grows. But actually, again, it goes back to everything with personal branding. Start, gain visibility, and figure some stuff out as you go. So we all want to make money. Like, money makes the world go round. We need money to do stuff. If we can monetize things, why not?
Yeah.
But money will only come back to you really in the amount of value that we are sharing with the world. And that's why we say give away lots of stuff for free, educate people, inspire people, give your audience before asking for those sales back.
Yeah.
Because you're only going to receive that monetization once you have given a lot of value out and grown and got that presence. So when looking at monetization, we could be looking at podcasts. Podcasts, once you grow them to a certain point, you could earn money from them.
Yeah.
You could get sponsorship for your podcasts. If you, again, had the right influence over certain people, that could make you money. If you grow on YouTube, you could monetize your YouTube channel. Again, you have to reach a certain amount to get that.
Yeah.
But none of these things are going to happen unless you start. So everyone's got to start somewhere. So you Stephen Bartlett's of the world, he did not start by thinking there's no point in doing this because I've not got 1 million followers. He started, grew it all, and has monetized it more and more and more along the way. So you've got to start to ever monetize anything. But also looking at like what you offer the world and how that ties in for you, because you could create courses and create online courses that, again, you've spent time and energy creating that course on that specific area of expertise that you are.
Yeah.
It's a lot of investment up front for you to do that time and energy wise. That could create you a recurring income after that, because then you've just got to share it.
Yeah.
So yes, again, the bigger the audience, the more people you have to share it with, but it's only if it's the right people in your audience. You could create a book And again, through your knowledge and expertise, you could create a book and again, monetize the book. So there's a lot of ways to go with this. If you don't feel like you've got any necessary value, or you don't feel like an expert in any way, and I couldn't create a book, I couldn't create courses, I couldn't do that. There's a lot of brands out there nowadays that want brand ambassadors. The network marketing industry as well, that enables people to dip their toe into the entrepreneurial world like I've done. And then again, you can create something alongside a brand with everything already done for you, so you don't have to have it all figured out. So there's a lot of ways to do this at whatever level and stage followers and listeners are at. So again, it's getting clear on what they have to offer, what level they're at, and what bit they might need to dip their toe in.
Yeah.
And I'd encourage listeners to, after this, if this has sparked something in them and it's opened up their mind to the possibilities of monetizing their personal brand, go and research further things that they could do to make money online. Obviously, be aware of some of the clickbaity stuff, some of the sponsored stuff when you Google making money online. Like there's elements. Do your research. Don't fall into the traps of spending. You don't need to spend a lot of money up front to eventually make money as well. So be careful of those things, but have a look and start opening your mind to the possibilities. And again, don't hold yourself back from this because you're not Stephen Bartlett's level.
Yeah.
You might have to start, and you might have to start a personal brand and it not be monetized for a while before it starts getting you the money, but have that long-term goal, that long-term vision. And know that all the bits that you're doing now will create you that financial abundance, wealth, or additional income along the line, down the way. And that's why you're doing it. So you've almost got to keep that faith before you see it appear.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing in all monetization, isn't it, right? You don't start a business knowing that on day 2 you're going to be rich. You start a business having the faith that that business will grow into through hard work and dedication. That for you and your family.
Yeah, and we're also so used to kind of seeing monetization in brands now that it's not something that as an audience turns us away. We're happy to sit through adverts on podcasts. We're happy to be offered promotional codes for things. If anything, we love a good promotional code.
Right.
And it's all mutually beneficial as well. So say, we haven't got anything with this podcast, but say we had a collaboration with a business that we're extending an offer to our audience, everyone's winning because we're engaging with the audience by giving them a discount code to that business. That business is winning because they're potentially getting a new customer at a discounted rate, but they're getting that. And it gives us something to offer people that's going to help people buy into us. So everyone in the mix wins. So it's trying to find those collaborative efforts. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a big business that's really established. It could be actually who's local to you. How can you actually partner up and offer each other's services? Yeah,
absolutely. It's that collaboration side, isn't it? And like you say, even the consumer at the end of it that's bought the thing is benefiting, aren't they? Because they needed that thing to solve an issue and solve a problem. And I think that's a great way to look at monetization of your personal brand and social media. You are this individual. You have unique skills and abilities and background and industry. You are that. We've gone through that in previous episodes. So you found that out. What problems could you solve for people? And it's looking at that, isn't it? And then it's sharing that problem solving throughout your personal brand. So again, you're not going, I'm now a brand ambassador, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. You're going, this can solve this issue. Like I started taking this and it solved this. If you want it, here's a code. If you don't, no problem. Like that's what you're kind of doing with the brand ambassador side, but also with your course, with your coaching, with your webinar, with your YouTube video. What problem are you solving for someone if they watched it? So then they watch it, you've got some adverts in there, you benefit from it, but you've also given them value. That person, the end person, has got value from that. They've learned something. They've put a change into place. They've been inspired. Like they've got something from it. So again, it is that circle of everyone's benefiting from this. So that's a great point, Toby, because I think sometimes when we think, we're bad at this in the UK, aren't we? We hear the word money, we hear the word monetization, we're like, I don't want to benefit from people, I just want to help the world, and I don't want no, it's very British, I don't want to be rich, and I don't know, because rich is evil and bad, and all this, like all these stupid phrases that we've had throughout our whole life put us off looking into things like this, seeking opportunities, thinking that opportunities are actually real and not a scam. Like the amount of people that think that something's a scam, and it's That's not.
just an
Yeah,
offer.
it's just an
Just
offer.
a-
It's just an opportunity. If you don't want it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But this is available, and we're holding ourselves back
Yeah.
from earning additional money, from getting where we want to be, from being rich if we
Yeah.
want to be rich, because we don't take these opportunities because of all these stupid phrases that we've heard
Yeah.
throughout our lives and our parents. Money doesn't grow on trees. Shouldn't be that easy. Oh, blah blah's evil because they're rich. All the people in the world are evil if they're rich.
Yeah.
Like, ah.
That's what really intrigues me about it, like America and that, you know, the tipping culture and
Yeah.
the idea that everyone as a customer appreciates, well, you've got to make your money.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and because there's that generic understanding across the board that, you know, I've enjoyed this meal now, I'm going to tip you the waitress because you've given good service. Well, not even necessarily it's been good service, because it's just a thing that happens all the time, and that it's going back into the system, and that it all gets, you know, regenerated in some way. And that idea of giving is just, well, yeah, it just works, you know, and it's just so foreign here.
Yeah. I want to support people that I see. Like if I see somebody, a friend sharing a business online or sharing a coaching course or sharing a video, or they've created a podcast or whatever, I'm watching it, I'm listening to it. I want to support them. I want to follow it. I want to buy whatever they have if I have a need for that thing.
Yeah.
I want to do that. Why wouldn't I? Like, why would I want to support, in fact, some of the bigger ones? Because actually I don't know that person as much.
Yeah.
Maybe I will if that, again, they're offering the right stuff at the right time and the right moment for me. If it's going to benefit my life, I'll get it. But why shouldn't we monetize a bit more and create, again, a bit more of an online ecosystem that gives out to the world, but we also benefit from as well?
Yeah.
We've all got mortgages to pay. We all need to eat. We all need to, like, you know, shower and have a bed to sleep in. That takes money. So let's get over this British thing. Let's put that to the back door. Let's all make some money, right? Let's all make some money.
Opportunity.
Yeah, make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. But we need to start first, don't we? So don't put yourself off because of all these things that we've heard. Don't put yourself off because you've not got millions of followers yet. Just take the first step and have that idea of monetization as a future goal. But don't connect to, like, I need it now and I need it, like... There's a bit of law of attraction in this as well, a bit of like, you shouldn't force things. We need to put it out to the world. We'd like to achieve this.
Yeah.
This is the action that I'm taking to do this. I'm not just sitting in my bedroom going, I want to monetize my social media. Monetizing social media thoughts. And I'm not even on social media. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, you've got to put the action in.
Yeah.
But then these things will come to us along the way. And it's amazing, isn't it? Like, you just don't know with the digital age now what you can create. And people are making big amounts online. They're not making little money. And again, we did an episode on making an impact before, and we talked about how actually the more money you have, the more impact you can make in the world. If you do just want to save the planet and everything, you're only going to do that if you've got the money to do that.
Yeah.
So let's start thinking about ways to do this and take those first steps to do it. So I think when we're looking at monetizing as well, it's looking at all the platforms that we've got available to us as well, isn't it? Because it's not just like you can only monetize on LinkedIn, you can only monetize on YouTube. Actually, every single social media platform has elements and ways that people can monetize it. So let's have a little, like, encourage our audience to next time they're on a social media platform and they're scrolling a bit, we know you all do it. We do it too. It gets us all. But start noticing all the ways that the different people on that platform that you're just on anyway are potentially monetizing that social media platform. And start noting, like, some of the ways that you are liking it, like some of the ones that would really work and you'd actually buy their thing. Some of the things that they're sharing on it, like, is it a course that you loved? Was it an ebook that they were selling? What was it for them? And in what way? And just start noticing, because the more things you're aware of that can create money, the more your mind starts expanding into the ways that you could do that too. Yeah. When we're shut off and we're just scrolling, we're just looking at pretty things on Instagram, we're not taking it in, we're not thinking about things. But when you're focused on, right, how is this actually working and what's behind this, you see another world to social media that you maybe didn't see before. And again, it expands your mind to what's possible for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's opportunities for passive income as well, isn't it? You know, because these aren't things that you're necessarily having to action or be involved in. The idea is we're trying to use our personal brand to set up ways of bringing in little bits of income and avenue streams from different sources that are just going to help us and constantly be working for us as well. A couple that come to mind when you mention like the courses and things, there's been a few where I'm a sucker for, if there's like, you know, what was the one the other day? Oh, it was about making like the hand painted backdrops and things. If you do those yourself, so you know, to buy them costs £300-500 each. To do them yourself, here's a course that was $300, and for you today it's 17. And it's such a random number, $17. But I was kind of like, you know what? Am I going to lose out on this actually because I'm going to learn something interesting, whether I end up making my own backdrops or not? I'll learn the process, and I was quite intrigued by that. So I went and did it, and then I was just thinking, that's such an easy $17 that they've made there, and there'll be lots of people in the same position as me doing it. And once they put in the time to set it up and that initial investment, they're not having to put anything else into it at this point. You get taken to a website, the info's there.
And again, that's another mindset to have with this, because I think sometimes we're stuck in still the old age of doing things where we have to get a job to get a wage, and that's the wage we get. And the only way to earn more money is to go up the ladder in that job and do more and suffer more and be more and strive and push and push and push. Whereas actually when we look at the digital world, and again, all the things that we can create on it, it's creating the recurring income, it's creating the passive income. Yes, we put the work in once and you do the work and you offer the skills and you offer the value to the world, but you do that once and that pays you again and again and again and again. And $17 doesn't seem like much, does it? But you get 100 people paying $17 and suddenly, you know, and if they're doing that monthly, suddenly you get that amount every single month,
You're
just
doing
dropping
nothing
in.
for it,
You're doing nothing for it.
And it's the exchange of value as well, isn't it? Always. So whether it's a book, ebook, online course, you know, sign up here to be part of a webinar, you know, all those things can be premeditated, pre-recorded, pre-produced and ready to go. You're just
but you're offering value.
You're offering value. So there's not that kind of feeling of selling it all in that transactional thing, but at the same time you're offering something that is really substantial, and people want knowledge. We do anything for knowledge. We want to. The reason we scroll in the first place is that we'll come away hopefully having learned something or come across something, whether it's gossip, we've still learned something, you know.
I don't think there's really been one thing that I've bought, like a course, a webinar or something, that, like you say, I've got to the end of it and I've thought, that was a waste of my time and I knew nothing from that, and that was a waste of money. Not one course. There's always been one light bulb moment or one something from it that I've thought, that was worth every minute of my time and also every $17 that I've paid for it. I've never come off and thought, oh no, I've never got a book. Some books I've read and I've thought, oh, that was a harder read than others or whatever. Some books are a bit more like, we resonate with different things differently. But even then, I've never got to the end of a book that I thought, oh, that was a tough one, and thought, wish I'd never paid that for that book. I've always, again, taken something from it.
It's another viewpoint,
so I never
isn't it?
think that person just robbed me of all that money that I spent on that book. I never think like that. I'm like, first of all, kudos for them writing the book. I just take their hats off to them. Great. I love that. And also, like, that was really entertaining, or I learnt that snippet of information, or I love physical books. I'm a sucker for a book. I'm a sucker for a course or a book. I've got a bookshelf full. I want physical books. I'm not a Kindle girl. I want physical books because I want a whole wall one day in my house just full of personal development, business, growth books. And I want to have read them all, and all that knowledge that I've soaked in again. Wow. The person that I was before I read them to then is going to be incredible because I've soaked up that knowledge. So again, I'm not thinking that person's ripped me off or like, oh, what a shame. I love it. Even like a product that I've got off of like online, because again, I'll see somebody drinking like Trip drinks. I love Trip drinks at the moment. Not sponsored by Trip drinks, by the way. I just love them. So I saw somebody doing it. I went in for a closer look. I used their code, got a great discount. I love the drinks. I'm happy. Right? I'm not thinking, that person ripped me off. That's awful. I never want to buy that again. Like, I just, So why not?
And even if you didn't like them, because you got them at a bit of an offer, you'd have gone, well, I tried it.
Tried it, yeah.
One for me.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, wasn't for me, and that's it. Yeah. Some things like the company that I am aligned with alongside Quirk as well, they do like a 90-day money back guarantee for stuff as well. And it's like, I can even send it back and get my money back in 90 days. Like, again,
3
I'm
months.
not losing anything. And also, I don't feel bad for sharing that with my audience because I have taken this stuff myself. I drink this stuff myself. I slap this creams all on my face. I use the body washes and everything. I know how good they are.
Yeah.
And I know how people moan to me about a certain issue, and I know it would help that issue. And if it doesn't, they get their money back.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't feel bad for sharing that through my personal brand. With Quirk, I don't feel bad about sharing Quirk through my personal brand because I'm going to help people monetize their social media, get their messaging out to the world, create their own online ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. You don't feel bad about sharing your headshots with the world and what you create in this studio. You know you do an amazing job for people and you really help them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's mindset shifts with all of this, isn't it? And I think that's the main one for the UK is money is a bit of a dirty word. Let's get over that. So guys, today's action step is if monetization of your personal brand is something of interest to you at whatever level you're at the moment, because again, it might take a bit of growth to do this, that's fine, is to go out there and do some research, have a little look at what monetization things are available to you and start expanding your mind. Then choose one of them that sparks an interest. Research more about it. There's always a YouTube video that shows you how to do it or how to get involved with it. Research it in more detail and create a bit of an action step and a plan of how you can start weaving that in to your personal brand messaging. Again, could it be a content pillar that you suddenly invite into your mix of content that you're creating? Again, you could share it day one. I've just got involved with this, or I'm just starting to do this, or I'm just looking into this. I'm really excited about it, because start sharing that with your audience and see where it takes you.
So that concludes today's episode on how to monetize your personal brand. Join us next time where we'll be talking about how do you create an army of loyal followers. So an audience that are actually going to engage with your project, your personal brand, and help you grow. Don't forget to follow Kaz, Grant and I on LinkedIn, and feel free to ask us any questions about your personal branding journey. We'll be more than happy to help, and keep an eye out for future episodes dropping weekly.
Here's to branding you.